You're listening to the AstroMommy Newsletter read-aloud version of my daily horoscope published on Substack. If you would like to read this, please click on the link in the description box below. Without further ado, here is the daily horoscope. The railway workers reject the deal. Mercury opposes Jupiter tomorrow. Plus, the moon in Taurus brings out our sensual side. Daily horoscope for Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. Welcome to the AstroMommy Newsletter, a daily horoscope that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. The AstroMommy Newsletter is a reader-supported publication, meaning it only thrives thanks to the generous support of lovely people just like you. The two best ways you can support my work are to share this newsletter with a friend and to consider upgrading to a paid subscription. Whether you're a first-time reader or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in my community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. Blessings. Good morning, friends. Well, I got organized with the newsletter, and now you can opt in or out of receiving the written newsletter, the podcast, and the lunar poetry ritual. All you have to do is go down to the bottom of this newsletter and click on AstroMommy Newsletter. It will take you to Substack. From there, click on the menu button and then Manage Subscription. Then, check or uncheck the newsletters you'd like to receive. If you are happy with the newsletters you are receiving already, no action is needed. I made the monthly lunar poetry ritual its own separate section so that you can read all the poems in one place. Hopefully, these organizational changes will make the newsletter more enjoyable. Also, the partial solar eclipse is coming up on October 25th, 2022. It looks super intense, not only on a personal level, but for the United States as a whole. I am putting together horoscopes for this eclipse for all 12 signs, but it's time to get your I can't even this eclipse mug by AstroMommy now while supplies last. Available in the family Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo. Just click on the image to buy yours today. Get a few for friends and family, you know what I mean? Okay, let's get into the astrology. So yesterday, when I was writing about Mercury's ingress into Libra in opposition to Jupiter, which is exact early tomorrow morning around 3 a.m., I looked for news about the railway strike because that was a big deal last month when Mercury was opposite Jupiter. I didn't find anything yesterday, but this morning when I checked the messages on my phone, I received one from a colleague of mine who shared an article titled, "A Huge Deal. Major Rail Union Rejects White House Brokered Contract Proposal." I knew it. I knew that this deal was going to have to go back to the drawing board for more negotiations. So there you have it, folks. You can't make this stuff up. Whatever issues were on the table during the last Mercury opposite Jupiter transit may need to be revisited this week. Thank you to my friend, you know who you are, for sending me this article. Fits so perfectly. Mercury opposed Jupiter on September 2nd and September 18th, and now October 12th, 2022 is the final time. So look back at the weeks surrounding those dates and see if there's anything that you were negotiating or weighing out that pops up again in your life this week. And of course, we would all love to hear your stories, so feel free to post a comment about what comes up. Well, the moon is in Taurus today. You know the moon is in Taurus when your bed feels so comfortable you could stay in it for hours like a fat cat in the sun. It's easy to want to indulge in the pleasures of life when the moon is in Taurus. The moon is exalted in this sign, which amplifies the fertility, the abundance, and the productivity of the moon. It's a great time to work on your garden, spend quality time with your family, or grow your business. Everything the Taurus moon touches will flourish. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus brings beauty, love, a focus to our relationships, and good fortune. I love the energy of the Taurus moon. For me, in my chart, it's a time of the month that brings harmony because the moon makes trines to my natal Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, caressing these planets with her loving touch, pacifying the malefic bad boys of my chart for a few days at least, and they don't give me much trouble. While most of us were sleeping, the sun in Libra made a quincunx to Uranus in Taurus at 5:12 a.m. Eastern Time. This transit may make everyone feel a little restless and feel like pushing for things to happen. Both of these signs, Libra and Taurus, are ruled by Venus, so once again, we have love, relationships, and money being highlighted. In the early morning, the moon in Taurus gets caught in the middle between Mars and Gemini, square Neptune and Pisces, making two semi-squares, one to each planet. This is a stressful placement for the sensual Taurus moon. She wants to bring nurturance and fruitfulness, but this aspect makes her efforts null. Again, we could feel a sort of restless tension brought on by the sun quincunx Uranus and the moon being stuck in the middle between Mars and Neptune. We want to act, but we may have to wait. Then the moon conjoins the north node and sesquiquadrates Mercury in the evening, putting even more effort into making things grow. But yet again, the communication planet Mercury says, "Not now, moon." Once again, the endeavor is thwarted. By this evening, the sun in Libra trines Saturn in Aquarius. It's time to get down to business and get serious. This is good energy that fuels our ambition, decision-making skills, determination, and devotion to a cause, and our goals could be rewarded. This could also symbolize an experience with an older person or someone in authority handing us a responsibility that we have earned through hard work. Again, we see Venus involved in this transit too. She is at 15 degrees Libra, 52 minutes, a little under 3 degrees from conjoining the sun and making an exact trine to Saturn herself. So this is further amplification of this transit. Venus will make that trine to Saturn on Friday, October 14th, 2022. So this whole week is very Venus-focused. This brings up relationships, love, money, and things that we value, all to the front of the stage. Also, feelings of wanting to make things more beautiful and more aesthetically pleasing. Here's a funny correlation with all these transits. I have been wanting to cut my hair for some time now. It has gotten too long and has been literally weighing on me. So finally, during the full moon in Aries, I cut it myself, and it didn't turn out half bad. I wanted to change my aesthetic, and so I did. Seriously, not that big a deal, right? But the thing is, I have this thing with my hair, this relationship. I wasn't allowed to cut it growing up, so it grew very long, down to the middle of my thighs at its longest. So it has become a part of my identity. I won't be surprised if I hack it all off and dye it green when I have my Uranus opposition next year, though. I am also using my hair as another potential income stream from YouTube. My alter ego makes hair videos on YouTube. If you knew, then you already know, and if you didn't know, now you know. So cutting my hair is a big deal. Anyway, now I need to curl it and show it to my channel. I think this fits the transits of the day pretty well. Okay. So it's not until 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning when action can actually take place with this Taurus moon, when she makes a conjunction with Uranus and squares Saturn. At the same time that is happening, Mars and Neptune perfect their square. And as I said earlier, Mercury is opposing Jupiter again. So Tuesday night into Wednesday morning is a peak point and could mark a turning point in all of these situations and energies. Watch for things taking a wild and unexpected turn in your circumstances, or feeling provoked to take an action that may be diluted in some way. Caution and patience are better than recklessness and impatience right now. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for today? 6 of Pentacles. On this card, we see a robed figure holding a scale in one hand. Kneeling at their feet are 2 people looking at one another and apparently begging. One holds out a dish. The figure has their right hand outstretched as if they are going to pat one of the beggars on the back in an act of comfort. The 6 of Pentacles is represented by the moon in Taurus. You can't make this stuff up, and symbolizes success, tangible and physical success. So this card means that the energy of the day is focused on being productive and working towards your success. I think that the image on this card represents being able to give freely to those around you who need what you have to give. Generosity, kindness, and love are all forms of success, for when we ourselves are not begging for handouts from others, either physically or spiritually, we are able to give freely to those in need. This card could also indicate that in the next 6 days, weeks, or months, you could attain success through practicing effective communication, staying organized, disciplined, and consistent with your actions that comes from an authentic and meaningful place within your heart space. I would love to hear your thoughts on today's transits and card reading. Please leave a comment. I hope this is helpful. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy.
Today's horoscope was brought to you by the moon in Taurus, the sun in Libra, quincunx Uranus and trine Saturn, and Mercury opposite Jupiter, and of course, Venus involved in all of these things. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot, available on Amazon. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a small commission, but there are no additional costs to you. I don't share or recommend things that I don't 100% believe in and use myself. Thanks for listening.